welcome to my channel. My name is Jhona. This is Jhona OhEmGee. Today we'll be reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 3. So we're going to get right on into it. So last episode we left off with Candace getting upset about the accusations that Gizelle was making about her husband Chris, where she was saying that Chris made her feel uncomfortable last season at the reunion because Chris wanted to have a conversation with Gizelle alone in her hotel room. So we left off with the to be continued. So we're back and Candace is still upset, and I guess rightfully so. This is now the second accusation that is being made against Chris. First we had Ashley with the DM Instagram situation from last episode. And of course now we have Gizelle making this statement that Chris made her uncomfortable. So Candace is complaining and she's upset about the hypocrisy because she feels that Michael Darby gets a slap on the wrist when it comes to his accusations that are very much so true. Okay, by the way, Michael Darby definitely, I won't even say what we did, everybody know, but his are definitely true. And then so she feels like Chris is kind of becoming the target this season, and she doesn't really feel like this is fair. But I will say that the girls did go hard on Ashley when it came to the things that Michael were doing. But child, I'm not finna take up for Michael Darby ever because I don't like him. So I can understand why Candace is upset about everything. I love the part when Candace was talking to the producer Eric, and she was like, yeah, don't edit out my fourth wall. I want them to see all of it. And if you don't know, the fourth wall for reality TV is when they basically like talk directly to the camera, like introducing the producers and all that. It's not just the dynamic with the girls, like they letting you know, like, hey, yeah, we know we are being filmed. So she was breaking the fourth wall down there. She was like, don't edit that out. I want y'all to know that I am upset. So then we have Wendy telling the girls about the restaurant idea. So she says that she's only going to be about a 20% owner, and then Peter is going to be 80%. And I'm still on the fence about this whole situation because I'm like, girl, do you know Peter Thomas enough to go in business with him where you're giving him 80% of an idea that you came up with? Child, I don't know, but I'm moving right along. So then we're still at the dance studio where Ashley did her little heels dance class. So Gizelle brings Mia to have a one-on-one with her because she wanted to apologize about the misunderstanding. Giselle's did say that her delivery was very off, which it was, because she instantly, in episode 1, she instantly went up to Mia and was like, is this what cancer looks like? And it's like, girl, if she actually had cancer, that was very distasteful to say it in that manner. So Gizelle did apologize for her delivery. So they're back on track. Child, when they come back into the room with the other girls, we got Robin and Wendy going at each other because Robin feels like the other girls kind of just let Gizelle and Robin take the fall about Mia's social media posts. And I'm gonna just say her post about her illness. I'm not gonna even say the word cancer, but we'll later on figure that out. So she just felt like, everybody had something to say, but everybody was trying to pin it that it was just Robin and Gizelle that had something to say about Mia's social media and the controversy and the lack of solid information that they were receiving from Mia. And from that whole little scene with Mia and Wendy, Robin and Wendy, only thing I can say is Robin needs to get better with her reads. She needs to get better. Mia, why I keep calling that girl Mia? Wendy was saying Robin had got up out her seat, so Wendy was like, sit down, sit down, sit down. Child, Robin was like, I'm gonna sit down because Wendy is the ruler of the world. I was like, oh, Robin, it didn't land, girl. It wasn't funny. Oh, somebody, we need Kenya Moore from Atlanta to help Robin over here get better with her reads. I was like, you're losing, Robin. You're losing. I was embarrassed for her almost. So Robin decides that she wants to have a family fun day. So she's inviting all the ladies and their kids, of course. But Child, now Wendy sitting right there and she didn't even say anything to Wendy, knowing Wendy has 3 children. I thought that was kind of rude. The fact that she's planning an event, the girl is literally sitting right there and she didn't invite her. I guess on one hand you can say, okay, well, Robin not being fake, she kind of telling her to her face that she's not being invited, but ooh, I was like, Robin, you could have sent a text message after y'all left. Like, you gonna say it right then and there? And I got Wendy's point. She was like, you know, even though we may have, you know, exchanged words, she would never leave out kids. You know, she wouldn't let that bleed over into how she treats someone's kids. So I kind of understand that too. Like, you know, kids are innocent and I'm sure they would love to go to the family fun day, but I was like, ooh, Robin, you kind of wrong for that. But I can see it both ways. Robin like, you know, I really don't mess with this girl, so why am I being fake? So the whole argument between Wendy and Robin was about Wendy not saying that Mia was a liar. Like, she actually didn't say Mia was a liar. Girl, as soon as Wendy gets outside, here go another fourth wall. Well, Wendy didn't know she was mic'd. As soon as she get outside, she's talking to the producer saying, yeah, well, you know Mia's lying. Everybody knows she lying. And I'm like, ooh, now you just told Robin that you didn't call that girl a liar. Now you saying that that girl lying. I'm like, girl, don't you know that these producers always gonna have you continuously mic'd, okay? The cameras never lose that information. Just ask the girls in Atlanta when it comes to Bolo, baby. They'll tell you, you're always mic'd. So we had a little mini scene with Candace doing her IVF injections, and then Ray and Karen went to go get manicures. I'm going to go ahead and move right on along. So next scene, we have Ashley with her brother Zach. And I don't remember ever seeing her brother Zach. Well, I'm sure maybe in earlier seasons he was younger then. But anyway, they're visiting a house that is set up by Michael's realtor. I'm like, Ashley, how naive can you be? You don't think I'm going to get my own realtor? I mean, I know that they're buying that house together, but goodness gracious, this is just becoming a mess. Michael's clearly lying about the finances. I'm like, child, you know Michael. You know how he is. I don't even know why it surprised Ashley that Michael is lying about the finances. But I'm like, girl, you made the decision to want to get a house with the man you're separating and or divorcing. I would hope Ashley not crazy, but all signs are leading to crazy town. Anyway, I thought the house was nice. The kitchen area was really cute. But I just don't understand why Ashley is trusting Michael. I mean, can somebody answer me that? Somebody, anybody, why is Ashley trusting Michael? I mean, what qualities has he possessed to make him seem trustworthy? I'll wait. So Robin's house is finally done, and it's really, really nice. And so her and Juan are going through files and stuff, and she brings up the conversation about the prenup. At first, Juan seemed like he was on board, but then he later kind of flipped the switch, and he was like, I'm not going to be trying to take your money. And I'm like, you say that now, but apparently it looks like Robin is the breadwinner, so wouldn't be surprised what happens when a divorce come to play. You say you won't take her money now, but I'm sure you'll have a different tune if y'all actually get divorced again, because apparently you ain't got no money and your name ain't on the house. Definitely need a prenup to help you out, buddy. Anyway, to all the men out there, I have a question, and it's quite serious. What can one put on his hair so he don't have that 5 o'clock shadow going on with his and on his head? I'm like, Juan, what is that? Just shave that all off. Why aren't you completely bald? What is up with that 5 o'clock shadow? Or does that just happen when you haven't recently shaved your head to make it slick and stuff? It didn't look good, but please somebody let me know what I can send him, because I'm going to send him a care package because he needs it. Up top was looking crazy. I'm like, just Just commit, brother. Just go completely bald. Why are you trying to hold on to that? That shadow looked a mess. So the next scene, we have Wendy visiting a dermatologist. Apparently, Wendy is losing some hair after she had a baby. And I know that could be common with a lot of new moms after postpartum. So, and it also could be stress related. I mean, Wendy seems to have a lot on her plate. And then she has the nerve to try to open up a lounge with Peter Thomas. Oh, child, I still don't understand that dynamic. But so I'm sure it's stress related. Wendy just really needs to slow down. She doesn't, I think if she wants to do anything, and I've said this in my first video, if she wants to do anything, I would just add on some additional products to the candle line. I can't remember the name of it. I think it has like a Nigerian name, but I would just add on some different products there. I mean, the candle line, once your new products, I'm sure that will keep you busy, but girl, if your hair already falling out, do you need to be opening a lounge? And then her husband wants no part of it, by the way. So I'm like, girl, you just gonna be doing it by yourself, which I'm sure you can. I'm not down your ability, but I feel like something like that, you would need some assistance and some support from your husband, not just Peter Thomas. Ugh. What is Wendy doing? So next thing we have Mia and Robin getting together. They're at a restaurant. And what was Robin wearing? I'm like, Robin, we at a restaurant and you wearing a bedazzled hoodie? Oh, child, I didn't like it. But anyway, so Mia does announce that she's officially cancer free. And she mentioned that also at the dance class, but Robin still had questions, honey. So Robin finally accepts her answer. They go back and forth because Robin is, just unclear on the status of her results. So she does say that she still has lumps. So she went through a biopsy, but she still has to get them surgically removed. So I hope and pray that Mia, is not lying about the lumps or the illness or whatever. But I hope we're just done talking to her, and I wish her a speedy recovery. So Mia decides she wants to bring up some information about Chris as well. So I'm like, oh, now, child, we on our third accusation about Chris Bassett. First, we got the Ashley DM. Then we got Giselle in the hotel room. Now Mia says at the spring fling party, Karen's spring fling party, that Chris was staring at her like, almost to the point where it made her feel uncomfortable. But now they did show a clip of Chris staring or just looking. Who's to say how long he was looking in a particular direction, but it didn't show that he was staring at Mia. So I don't know where Mia getting it from. I don't know if she's just trying to create this false narrative to just go on with the flow that's already happening about the accusations about Chris, or to gut punch Candace even further. But I'm like, child, Mia, you ain't all that trustworthy now, child. So just saying that the man's staring at you when we don't have no proof, we just got your word of mouth. I mean, because the cameras didn't really reveal anything. So doing that little flashback proved nothing to me personally. But we will see where this goes, because this is now going on accusation number 3 against Chris Bassett. And Candace will not be happy. So Candace and Chris are at a restaurant and they're talking about the situation with Giselle. And then we also have a split scene with Karen and Giselle, where Giselle is telling the story to Karen. And from that, I do feel like Giselle is making it bigger than what it was. And I said this in my last review. I feel like Giselle had opportunity to not meet with Chris. One, when she noticed that her glam team wasn't in the room, she could have then said, I'm not comfortable meeting with you in the room. Glam team is not here. But she ended up meeting with him anyway. But she said she just felt this pit in her stomach that she was in an uncomfortable position. So she asked him to go check to see if they still needed her to film or something, to get him a way to get him out of the room. Now I will say I didn't know that they were in a hotel room. I assumed they were just in like a glam room. I didn't realize it was actually a hotel room. So the optics in that do look a little different than just a glam room, because in a hotel room there's a bed and there's a shower and there's it's a different scene. So I do understand that aspect of it, but I still think if Giselle knew she didn't want to be in a room with the married man, she could have not invited him in that room once she noticed that her glam wasn't there. But I think Chris was coming from a place where, you know, we're just friends. So he didn't take it as that. But he's, you know, definitely upset and disappointed in the ladies, because he just feels like that's not his personality to make people feel uncomfortable. But I will say, you don't know when you make people feel uncomfortable. But if somebody is stating that you did, I mean, they have a right to that feeling and expressing that feeling. All you can do is kind of take it, you know what I mean? So though I think Giselle had opportunities to change that turn of events, I don't want to say that she doesn't have a right to feel how she feels, but child, who knows? I'm sure this is not going to be the last that we hear about this situation. I am sure, especially with Mia's now accusation that Chris was staring at her. So Karen does say that somebody in the husband group did make her feel uncomfortable by the way that they hugged her. But I was when she said that, I was initially thinking Gordon, but then she said it was 3 years ago. So I think, wasn't Mia's first season just last year? I believe so. So it couldn't have been Gordon. So child, the only other person it could be is Michael Darby. I mean, who else? Who else really? It had to be Michael Darby. Jamal ain't here unless she was talking about Juan, but I don't think so. Juan barely even come around. So it was Michael, allegedly. So coming up in the next episode, we're going to have Robin's Family Fun Day. Baby, Karen darted out of there so quick. She tried to muster up a fake cough so she can say she wasn't feeling well as soon as she seen Sharice. And I mean, she was like the Flash. She got out of there so fast. And I am really kind of confused. Why doesn't Karen like Sharice? Is there some previous drama that I'm not privy to? I just don't remember the falling out being that big, but I may just need to refresh my memory, because why she don't like this girl? What has happened? And if it was something in the last seasons, previous seasons, it had to be a smooth 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. So they hadn't patched it up since then. So that was the end of the episode. We'll just see how next week goes. Go from there. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.